A luxury cruise ship, drifting powerless toward jagged rocks, engines silent, waves as tall as buildings, and 1,300 lives waiting for a miracle that isn't coming. On March 23, 2019, the North Atlantic Ocean reminded the modern world that technology does not conquer nature, it only negotiates with it. The Viking Sky, a newly built luxury cruise ship, was sailing along the western coast of Norway, carrying more than 1,370 people, passengers and crew, on what was supposed to be a scenic voyage through fjords and coastal towns. Instead, it would become one of the most terrifying maritime emergencies of the 21st century. The ship was approaching the Hustadvika coast, a notorious area known by sailors for unpredictable weather, shallow waters, and exposed rocky seabeds. This stretch of ocean has claimed ships for centuries, and now the Viking Sky was heading straight into it. Winds began to rise rapidly. Waves climbed beyond 10 meters, over 30 feet high. The ship started to roll violently, sending furniture sliding across cabins, glass shattering, and passengers thrown to the floor. Then the unthinkable happened. One engine failed, then another, until the Viking Sky lost all power. No propulsion, no steering, no control. The ship began drifting sideways toward the rocks. Inside the vessel, alarms sounded. Crew members rushed to emergency stations. Passengers, many elderly, struggled to move through tilting corridors as water smashed against the hull. This was not a slow-motion crisis. This was minutes from catastrophe. The Hustadvika coastline does not forgive mistakes. Jagged rocks sit just beneath the surface, waiting to tear open hulls. Had the Viking Sky struck them broadside, the result would have been catastrophic. The captain issued a Mayday distress call. Norwegian authorities responded immediately, but rescue at sea in hurricane-force winds is never simple. Helicopters were dispatched, but hovering over a violently rolling cruise ship in storm conditions is among the most dangerous rescue operations imaginable. The ship rolled up to 40 degrees. Passengers clung to railings, some prayed, others recorded messages to loved ones, unsure if they would survive. This was no drill. This was real. Rescue helicopters arrived one by one, battling wind gusts that could flip them out of the sky. Each helicopter could evacuate only a handful of people at a time. Lowering a rescue swimmer onto a deck that was rising and falling like an elevator was extraordinarily dangerous. Yet they continued, hour after hour, passenger after passenger. Elderly guests were lifted into the air, spinning in rescue baskets, suspended over a raging ocean. Inside the ship, conditions worsened. Loose objects became weapons. Crew members worked non-stop to secure areas, assist the injured, and keep passengers calm. Some passengers suffered broken bones, others hypothermia. Many experienced severe trauma. Meanwhile, engineers below deck fought desperately to restart the engines. Salt water had contaminated the lubricating oil systems, causing automatic shutdowns designed to protect the engines from destruction. Ironically, safety systems had taken control away at the worst possible moment. As waves battered the hull, engineers manually cleaned systems, reset alarms, and attempted restart after restart. Then, one engine came back online. Just one. It was enough to slow the drift. Then a second engine. The ship stabilized, barely. The Viking Sky stopped advancing toward the rocks, holding position against the storm. It was a narrow escape measured in meters. By the time the evacuation was suspended, 479 passengers had been airlifted to safety, one of the largest helicopter evacuations from a cruise ship in history. The rest remained on board as tugboats arrived and the ship was escorted to port. No lives were lost, but the outcome could have been very different. Investigations later revealed a critical vulnerability. The engines were operating at low power due to weather-related fuel management procedures. When waves caused oil pressure fluctuations, safety systems shut the engines down one by one. The ship was technically seaworthy. The systems worked as designed, but the design itself failed to account for this exact combination of conditions. The incident forced the cruise industry to rethink engine redundancy, oil system protections, and operational procedures in extreme weather. It also raised questions about routing large passenger vessels through notoriously dangerous waters during winter months. For passengers aboard the Viking Sky, the experience left scars far beyond the physical. Many described the terror of helplessness, the feeling of being at the mercy of the sea. This disaster was not caused by negligence alone. It was caused by complexity. Modern ships are floating cities, dependent on layers of automated systems. When those systems interact in unexpected ways, control can vanish in seconds. The ocean does not care how new your ship is. It does not care how advanced your technology may be, and it never negotiates twice. If you value documentary-style ocean stories that prioritize accuracy, respect, and real lessons from maritime history, consider subscribing to Ocean Disaster Films. Because the sea remembers every mistake, and so should we. The Viking Sky incident stands as a warning, not of panic, but of humility. A reminder that safety is not just about design, but about preparation, judgment, and respect for nature's limits. In the end, this was a victory, not because disaster was avoided by chance, but because trained professionals, coordinated rescue efforts, and relentless determination prevented tragedy. But next time, the margin may not be so forgiving. If you found this documentary valuable, a simple like helps this channel reach others who care about maritime safety and real ocean history. Thank you for watching. And remember, the most dangerous moment at sea is when we believe we are in control.